Today, we're going to do something awesome. We are going to build an entire application using Claude Code live. Requests we get from the comments, requests we get from the chat. We're just going to build it out live for you. This is going to be amazing. You're going to see from beginning to end how to build out an entire application. And we are going to have an absolute tremendous amount of fun along the way. We're going to laugh. We're going to learn. We're going to cry. It'll be amazing. Let's lock in. Let's get straight into it. Let's go into what we've been building out lately, and we're going to add more stuff on top of it. It's going to be amazing. We're building a world-changing application live, so lock in, grab your popcorn, have some fun, smile, call your mother, laugh, live, laugh, love, cry, whatever you want to do, you can do it. We are here. Let's see right here. We are live. This is what we're building out. It is a AI vibe coded app store. It is an app store for vibe coded apps so that people here, as you build apps out, you can submit it to the app store and people can see it and browse it and have fun and comment and upvote. It's like a product hunt for solo built vibe coded apps. It's going to be amazing. We're building out live. We're going to have a lot of fun. How is everyone doing today? We got a bunch of features we're going to be adding to this. We're working on the social part of the app right now, which is the discussions, the ability to upvote, downvote, create new discussions, engage with the community. You'll be able to go in, comment on each app so you can see about the app, add comments, vote up and down, view social media, ask questions to the creators, things like that. We got a lot we're going to cook up today. I got a list of ideas for things we can implement into this. So we can take a look at that as well. We got in the house here today, Yen Rabin, as always. What's up, Yen? How you doing, my man? Hey, mate. Been looking at your channel recently. Amazing work. Respect the grind. Hey, income stream surfer. I respect your grind. Keep surfing the income streams. And my camera internal temp is too high, 5 seconds in. That's great. Oh, we're back. No, just an idea. You could bring people on with you to show off what they built and highlight their product on your store. I completely agree. I think that's a really good idea. If there's any YouTubers here, put in the comments what camera you're using so I can buy a new one since my camera sucks eggs. What's up, Modelier? How you doing? All right. Let's do this. Let's bring up Claude Code and let's start coding this puppy out here. So I'm going to go in full screen while my camera, I'm going to put it back in the freezer. Let's go into Claude Code here. Vibe App Store, share. Here we go. We're in it. We're in it to win it. Let's do this. I want to bounce ideas off of Claude. So I showed you a second ago. The social features with the message board. So there's a message board here. Let me show that to you again. There's a message board we have in our app where in the App Store you can discuss things, right? There's a message board where you can discuss what AIs you're using, Claude Code, discuss whatever you want. You can upvote and downvote different discussions. We have different topics. Let's just brainstorm with the AI for a bit. Let's brainstorm with the AI a bit on what we can add to this. Get a Mac M3, M4. It's a studio inside a laptop. It's great. What are you talking about, Income Stream Surfer? I'm using a MacBook Pro M4 right now. What does that have to do with my camera issues? It's a studio inside a laptop. That's what I got. I got a Mac M4. What are you talking about? Dang, there goes the camera. It's crazy. I've had this camera for what, 2 years? Is this what happens when you get a $1,000 camera 2 years later? It starts burning out 5 seconds into a live stream. Go, you are awesome. I followed your entire workflow. Create an app in Studio to build a micro app. My business sells curtain fabric. Let's go, Slender Morris Furnishings. I'm so glad we can help out Slender Morris Furnishings. I'm going to actually put out another workflow video, I think tomorrow morning, this time using Cursor 2.0. I figured out a Cursor 2.0 workflow that I think is pretty sick. So a lot of people liked my Claude Code workflow from yesterday. So I came up with a Cursor 2.0 workflow. Master workflow will be out tomorrow morning. So turn on notifications for that. Hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell. All right. So I want to work on these social features in our app. This is the message board. Let's do this. Let's see. What does it look like when you go inside a discussion? I'm just curious. So you got the discussion. Kind of looks like Reddit, right? Kind of cool. All right, let's brainstorm with Claude Code. I love doing this. This is one of my favorite things to do with Claude. I feel like most people don't do this, which is kind of just brainstorm off Claude. So, okay. So I've been working on the social features. This is the message board functionality you see in the app. I'm curious, what other ideas can we add to the social and engagement functionality that will keep users engaged in the app and having fun? Let's go to plan mode for this. Let's hit enter. Let's see what ideas Claude comes up with. Claude's very smart. I love using it for brainstorming. Let's see, is my camera still 100 degrees? Damn it, it is. Jeez, I'm buying a new camera right now. I'm buying use the internal Mac camera. That's all I use. That's what I mean. You can make a long video from anywhere in the world. Income stream surfers, but you clearly don't understand what it means to be a top 1% YouTuber. I'm the top AI YouTuber in the game, income stream surfers. I'm the top YouTuber in the game. I can't be using the internal Mac camera to be YouTubing when you're a top 1% YouTuber. Are you kidding me? I got to have a creme de la creme camera. I got to be spending thousands on the camera. What are you talking about? I can't be using an internal Mac. You think I got to, what am I at? 48,000 subs, income stream surfer on an internal Mac camera? Hell no. Internal Mac camera. What are you talking about, income stream surfers? Is this your first time in the live stream? I can't. This live stream's blown up because of the quality of my camera. I can't be using internal Mac. Anyway, current state analysis. Based on my analysis of your code base, I can see you have a solid foundation. You got an iPhone. Try the Camo app. I'm not using my iPhone as the camera. Yen Radman. I'm a top 1% YouTuber. I'm the top AI YouTuber in the world. I can't be using an iPhone for a camera. I got to have a top camera here. Current state analysis. Your app currently has discussion boards with categories, voting system, trending discussions, comments and questions, badges system, hackathon, builder profiles, view tracking analytics, social and engagement feature ideas, gamification enhancements. So leaderboards, weekly, monthly top builders by upvotes. Oh, I like that. We could have a leaderboard inside of our app, where people who top builders, the builders with the top amount of votes that month. I like that. Most active community members. Ooh, I like that. Whoever has the most posts, most replies, most helpful answers. Top contributors per category, streak, tracking, consecutive days active. More badge types, social badges, daily, weekly challenges. Build this challenge. Well, that's kind of like the weekly hackathon we have in our app store. Enhanced discussion features, thread enhancements, mark thread as solved. I feel like that's a later thing. Social follow system. Follow builders to see their activity. Ooh. Follower following counts. What if you could follow other builders on our app? Would that be? But what would you get if you follow other builders? You just see every time they post an app. How often are people going to be posting apps they build? I guess quite often. I guess if it's solo built, vibe coded apps, you're going to be posting often, right? So all right, let's do this. I want leaderboards. I want it so that when you're in here, let's go back to the app. I'm going to turn my camera on in like 10 minutes so my camera can cool off. I'm balling out after this. I don't care. I'm going to buy like a $2,000 camera after the stream ends. I can't be fooling around with these $800 Sony cameras that overheat after 5 seconds. I'm a top 1% YouTuber. I can't use an iPhone for a camera. Well, listen, you don't get to the top of the YouTube food chain yet, Ramen, by using iPhone cameras. You got to have Sonys and Nikons with top $2,000 lenses. You don't get to the top of the game with an iPhone camera, my man. No one's going to listen to my AI advice if I'm using an iPhone camera to live stream. All right, Gemini. So what if we had like a leaderboard? Top builders by upvote. I like that. Top build. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to add a leaderboard section where you can see the top builders by upvotes they have. Continued, you're the GOAT. People take pictures of their windows and generate images showing their curtains in their house. They moved into Claude thanks to you. MRR, who cares? Learning and loving work. That's what I'm talking about, Slender Morris Furnishings. I love it when like business YouTube accounts come into my YouTube and start talking to me like I'm talking to like a furnishing company right now. That's what I'm talking about, Slender Morris Furnishings, right? Who cares about money? We're doing this just to have some fun. Price doesn't determine quality. Some really good ones out there that work just as well as a DSLR. Elgato makes some good ones, says Joe Bob. Well, tell me which ones. Tell me which ones. All right, let's go back into Claude Code and let's build out this leaderboard functionality, huh? Honestly, I wouldn't spend more than $200 on a decent. Well, I'm not buying a webcam. What don't you understand about this, Yen Radman? We're not buying webcams. You don't become the top one AI YouTuber on planet Earth with a webcam. You dingleberry. You'd buy getting a look at it. Let me show you something, Yen Radman. Let me show you something. You think you become a top one AI YouTuber? Well, top one AI YouTuber, Yen Radman. No AI YouTubers getting more views here. You think you become top one by having a webcam? You think I'm using a webcam right now? No, this is a DSLR with a lens that comes out like 3 feet from the camera. Yen, you think what do you talk? Who do you think you're messing with here, my dude? All right, let's build the leaderboard. The leaderboard functionality sounds good. Can we implement that? Let's start with implementing a builder leaderboard so we can see which builders have the most upvotes, right? So people are going to be submitting their vibe coded apps. You guys will be submitting your vibe coded apps to here. And people will be upvoting and downvoting on your apps that you're submitting. And so now we'll have a leaderboard to see which builders have the most upvotes so you can see which apps they built. I love that. That's cool. That's fun community engagement. Let's hit enter, right? We just go to Claude Code, we tell it what we want, and it cooks it up and it bakes it. It cooks it and bakes it and makes it for us. Do you do any live builds in the Discord, says Z Crypto? More information on that coming in the next 2 weeks. We're making some changes to the Discord community stuff. We're making some changes there. If you're interested in live builds, my recommendation would be these live streams. This is the best live build stuff you're going to get from me in these live streams. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come on, guys. Cut the crap with the camera shizzle, says Spooky. Yeah, cut the crap with the camera shizzle. Cut the crap with the camera shizzle. All right, let's see the plan. Let's see the plan here. Let's check out this plan. No more camera shizzle, all right? Builder leaderboard implementation plan. Create a leaderboard page that ranks builders by total upvotes across all their apps with time filters, all time, monthly, weekly, and additional sorting options. Components to create, modify. All right, it's going to show me all the components they're going to build. Styling enhancements, so trophies for top 3. I like that. Key features, display elements. Ooh, it'd be nice if like the top builders of the week had badges, top builders of the month had badges, top builders of all time. I like that. Ooh, can easily add builder of the month badge award system. Let's keep planning. Yeah, I'd want to after this add it so users in the top 3 of the week, month, year, and all time get badges. But yes, let's implement this. Enter. I'm talking to it just like a nice little coworker. We're just having fun. We're bouncing ideas. You got to do this more with AI. I'm telling you, this is the tip I'll give you. All right, looking good. The camera's not on fire yet. You got to be doing this more with AI. Here's some low-hanging fruit. You got to be bouncing ideas off the AI, right? You're going to come up with so many more ideas if you go in there and you say, hey, this is what we're working on. What would you add to this? What do you think about this? Are other people doing this? What are other ideas here? We just thought of this leaderboard functionality. I didn't come up with it. The AI came up with it. We wouldn't have had it if I was just talking to it and saying, build this, build this, build this, build this, we wouldn't have came up with this. But the way I'm treating the AI in here is I'm treating it like a partner, like a product manager. That's how you want to look at the AI, like a product manager. We're like, hey, what do you think about this? You bounce off. You treat it as your equal. Treat the AI as your equal. And it's pretty amazing because this is the dumbest AI we'll ever get. Right now, in this moment in time, is the dumbest AI we'll ever get. And it's coming up with more features than me. Imagine like a year from now when Sonnet 8.69 is out, right? And it has unbelievable, like it's just 10 times smarter than it is now. And it's coming up with unbelievable ideas that we're bouncing off of. This is how you talk to the AI. This is how you come up with cool stuff. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what it's cooking for us here. Time filters, and then it's going to do the bad. It's going to award badges. I like that. Here we go. Yes and auto accept. Start cooking. I can't wait to see this leaderboard functionality here. Bro, you're way overthinking. No, you're way overthinking it. We get the 1%, but can you get a camera right now? Can you solve the problem right away? Says Miguel Albuquerque. No, I think we're just going to be going in and out for now. I don't feel like downloading apps onto my iPhone and make it the camera for this. That's going to take 48 minutes for me to figure out how to connect my iPhone to my laptop and use it as a camera. Then why did it melt after a year? I don't know, dude. Because I bought the $1,000 Sony camera. You can't do half measures. If you're going to buy a nice camera, you can't do the half measure $1,000 one. You got to go all the way and just get like the $2,000 one. I did the half measure. Never do half measures. Never do half measures. Hey, Alex, nice to finally catch you live, says Simpo. Nice to finally catch you live, Simpo. Welcome to the live stream. You should stop by more often. I like the name, Simpo. It's a nice name, Simpo. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. I would love a live Q&A with you, though. So here's the story. I'll make some announcements right now. If you want a live Q&A, hey, you're doing it right now. Ask me questions in the chat. I'll answer them. I'm going to start doing a private office hours starting in December. Private office hours. So it's something I kind of tested in the Discord over the last couple months. But what we're going to do is end of November, I'm launching a AI app building academy. And a part of that will be weekly office hours every Friday. And you'll be able to come in, talk to me face-to-face in the weekly office hours, mano a mano or womano a mano. And yeah, and that'll be a part of that. That's launching on Black Friday. So that's launching on the final Friday of November. So it's part Claude Code full course, part weekly meetings, which are going to be awesome. Office hours. The Friday meet and present Discord meetings were fun. Yes, that will continue in the academy. You should really consider what you're doing is really cool, and it could be the future of programming. I absolutely believe this is the future of programming, 100%. I think programming live streams are the future. That's why we're doing this here. I think you ever watch a gaming live streamer and they're like playing like Warzone or like Fortnite, like one of the battle royales, and like you're watching them play and you're watching them eliminate people, and there's now 20 people left and 10 people left and 5 people left and 1 person left, and that kind of suspense and energy is building and building and building. I think it's the same thing with programming live streams now with AI, vibe coding live streams like we're doing here, where we're building out this app and we're building out new features, and the kind of intensity and suspense is building because it's like, oh, what are they going to build next? How is the app developing? How can I influence the development of this app? How is it getting better? What are they going to add on to it? I think it's, maybe I'm delusional, but I kind of think it's the same thing. Like, I think these vibe coding live streams we're doing here should be just as popular, if not more popular, than like a Fortnite live stream. Because it's building the intensity, the energy as we add more and more to the app. And then on top of that, you guys will be able to use the app we're building. This is going to be free. Everyone watching will be able to use it free. I think we're the first to market with this kind of live stream, to be honest with you. And I think this is going to blow up. I think we'll have thousands of people in here a year from now. What types of badges are you planning here? I have builder badges. You build a certain amount of apps. You get a certain amount of upvotes on your apps you submit. All right, builder leaderboard implementation complete. 4 time period filters, Podium display. All right, let's check this out. Database layer. Gets all the database information, filters by achievement badges, legendary builder, updated badge system. All right, should we test this out? Let's test this out, huh? What would you guys like to add to this app too? Let me know if there's anything you want to add to the app. All right, let's see what we got here. Boom, new leaderboard section right here, new leaderboard. Let's check out the leaderboard looks like. Well, it's not going to look super great because there's only one builder in the app. Oh, but they put in like fake people. That's great. Look at that. So you got the podium based on total upvotes across all apps, top 3. Oh, look at the podium. Look at the podium. So that's all time. Let's see this year. Let's do this week. That's sick. That's cool. Now, what if I go to my user profile? Can I see where the badges? So the most popular app, the apps I've submitted, total upvotes, apps, achievements, first app, prolific builder. That's sick. Let's see. I want to know where the badge is living though. Like I see some badges here, but like, shouldn't I be able to go on the profile, like the user profile, and see their badges? I think that's pretty sick. Wish there was a way to speak my instructions to Claude in VS Code. I think, isn't there like an app called Whisper or something? People keep DMing me, say, download Whisper so you don't have to type in during your videos. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to VS. I mean, you guys, a lot of people love to do it. I want to type it in. I'm a typer. I like typing. I'm working away from my AI to communicate back to me on its own without me speaking to it first. That's interesting. Just to clarify, the Claude Code extension in VS lives in the terminal, says Dr. Ken. No, Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken, Dr. Ken, Dr. Ken. This is the extension. So it's not running out of the CLI. This is the Claude Code extension in Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code free. Then there's a app store in Visual Studio Code. And you download the Claude Code extension. And it's just running off the extension in VS. It's not using the CLI. Do you use Supabase CLI, or how do you build the backend? Script import, says Matthias and Mort. So I don't use the Supabase CLI. The reason is like, I just want to manage the backend. I just want to manage the database. I don't want it to automatically change things. It's very easy to roll back front end changes when it messes up. It is not easy to roll back database changes when it messes up. So I like to manage the database myself. And so basically what I do is I have Claude Code give me SQL queries that I then run in Supabase. So it says, hey, we need to make this backend change. I'll be like, okay, give me the SQL query to run. And then I just review to see what they're doing. Then I run the SQL. I don't give it access to the Supabase CLI just because if it messes up or does something silly, it's very hard to roll back database changes. You can roll back front end changes very easily, but not days. $1,000 for a camera isn't a half measure. It's just you got a bad camera. LOL. Your face is a bad camera. Count me in for the AI App Academy. Says low carb dietitian. That's what I'm talking about, man. Count me in for trying to lower my carbs as well, low carb dietitian, because I'm getting skinny fat. Is your academy for people that haven't started an AI coding app project, or will you accept people with existing projects, especially for your private office hours? Everyone. It's for people who have never built apps before, and it's for people that have built apps before but want to master Claude Code. It's for everyone. And then anyone can come into the office hours and ask questions. The purpose of the office hours are going to be twofold: asking questions if you have questions, and showing off your projects if you're building a cool project. For best budget, I'd go with Elgato Facecam 4K. They've done a lot to make it DSLR. If you want to go for the pro option, I would go for either Sony A7C II. How much is that? 2,200? I might have to do it. Ooh, it's at the Best Buy near me. I think I'm just going to pick it up after this live stream. That's a good one. That one cooks. The Sony Alpha 7C 2 full frame mirrorless interchangeable camera. All right. Appreciate that, Joe Bob. Appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what we built out. Okay. So I asked about did I ask about the badges? Oh, no, we got to ask about the badges. Where do the badges live? I click on the builder profiles, and I just see achievements, not badges. List everywhere that shows badges. Enter. Maybe we should do this. Let's do a quick rundown of what we're building for new people to the stream. Stream's growing really quick. Every time we do the stream, there's more and more people watching. So let's do a rundown of what we're building for the new people in the stream. If you're just joining the stream, if this is your first stream, get in the chat, say hello, introduce yourself, talk about what you're building. Be friendly. This is the FinFam. We're a very close family here in the FinFam. Everyone gets in the chat who watches, says hello, talks about what they're building. Loosen up, get in there, get involved in the FinFam, get in the chat and say hello, get involved. I promise you it's the best thing you'll ever do. You'll find coworkers, you'll find co-builders, you'll find people to build apps with. It'll be a lot of fun. But what we're building here together, it's going to be an app that everyone here will be able to use for free when it launches. Ignore the name. It's not going to be called Gemini App Hunt. That's just like an AI stupid placeholder name. I got the name, but I don't want to release it just yet. We're building an app store for solo built vibe coded apps. We're building an app store for solo built vibe coded apps. So when you guys go and you build out an app with Claude Code or Cursor or whatever it is you're using, you can submit it here to the app store for free. And then it'll show up and people will be able to discover the apps being submitted. So you'll see the trending apps, the popular one, the newest ones, and they'll be able to like click in, see the app, comment on it, see the website, upvote the app, upvote the builder, ask questions to the builder, share it to social media, and see what solo built vibe coded apps are trending. Because I think the current biggest issue with vibe coded apps right now is the discoverability. A ton of people building apps. No one's getting discovered. No one's seeing what people are building. And now you'll have a place to get discovered and see what people are building. So I think this is going to be sick. We're building this out every single live stream. Every single live stream we're building out. So come by Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hang out. Go in the chat. Say hello to your neighbors. Say hello to the other people here. And that's what we're building out. And the functionality we're building out right now inside the app is a badges. So I want like badges and achievements. You submit a certain amount of apps. You get upvoted a certain amount of times. You would earn achievements and badges. So let's go back into Claude. We're using Claude Code to build all this out. I'm going to be straight up with you. Claude Code's the best AI coding tool out there right now. It has been since it dropped. It has been since it dropped. So that's all we're using. The people that file in and go, oh, no, you got to be using this or that. I don't want to crap on other AI tools because I'm a big tech supporter. I support the tech industry. I don't want to put other tech companies out of business. But as of right now, Anthropic's not paying me. I promise you. Anthropic is not paying me. I promise you. Although I will, if Anthropic wants to pay me, they can pay me, but they're not paying me. Claude Code is the best tool right now. So that's what we're using is Claude Code. I have used Cursor 2.0. Cursor 2.0 is very, very good. Cursor 2.0 is very good. I do like what they've added. I do like the improvements, but I am not switching. I'm sticking with Claude Code. Codex is fantastic as well. Codex is fantastic as well. Love Codex. I just think right now on November 5th, 2025, Claude Code's the best. I'll be honest. If on November 6th, 2025, Codex is the best, I'll switch to Codex. And then if on November 7th, 2025, Cursor 3.0 is the best, I'll switch to Cursor 3.0. I'm a mercenary of whatever tool's the best. Whatever tool's the best, I'm going to use it. I'm going to give it to you guys. I'm going to give it to you straight. None of these people are paying me. I'm going to give it to you straight. Right now, right here, November 5th, 2025, I think Claude Code's the best. You come in here, you get the real information. You get the facts. Right? So I'm using the best tool, and that's what I'm going to use is Claude Code at the moment. I just think it's the best. Maybe just something to build in is a way that people can only vote once on an app to avoid spamming through multi-upvoting your own app. 100% Janice says, I think that's implemented. I'll ask in a second. Let's see what Claude Code has to say here. On the last thing, then I'll ask your question for you, Janice. I'll ask Claude your question for you. Where badges are displayed in the app. Okay, so where it's displayed. Main place, builder profile. Show all earned badges in the achievement section. This is what uses medium-sized badges. Is that true? It's in the builder section? Let's see. Are the badges in the builder section? We go in here. By Alex Finn. Let's go in the builder section. Here's the achievement. Submitted your first app. Built and submitted 5 apps. Built 3 AI-powered applications. I'm not seeing it. So let's do this. I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to give this to Claude. And then I'm going to go into the leaderboard. I'm going to screenshot the leaderboard. I'm going to give that to Claude as well. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back. So this is how you debug. Now we're going to go through how to debug. Now we're going to go through how to debug here. You're going to learn something. This is the thing with the Alex Finn live streams, people. We learn, we laugh, we have fun. Sometimes we make fun of people. But either way, we're going to out of here better people. All of us together. Everyone in the Finn family together always comes out of these streams a little bit better, a little bit smarter, a little bit sexier. All right, so I included both screenshots here of the leaderboards and of my builder profile. It looks like I'm on the leaderboard, but it doesn't look like I have any new badges on my builder profile. Am I mistaken on how this works? Use Whisper Flow, guys, free and game changing. Yeah, everyone tells me Whisper Flow. Super Whisper, Whisper Flow, are those the same thing? Is Super Whisper and Whisper Flow the same thing? Are those competing companies that just happen to use the word whisper in their names? I'm just not into talking at my computer, so I'm not going to use it. I like typing. I'm a typer. Feels good to type. Do you have any resources outside your own channel that you recommend for learning the vibe code? No. There's 2 ways to learn how to vibe code Z Crypto. 2 ways. 2 ways to learn how to vibe code. I'll give you the best way, and I'll give you the still great way, but not as good. And believe it or not, the best way I wouldn't say is my channel. Believe it or not. I wouldn't say my channel is the best way to learn to vibe code. The best way to learn how to vibe code Z Crypto is just by vibe coding. Just do it. Like, just open up Claude Code and say, I want to build something. Even if you don't know what to build, just say, hey, I don't know what to build, but I want to build something. That's the best way to learn how to vibe code. But some people like guidance. Some people like learning tips and tricks and workflows. And if you're one of those people, I got good news. I have a YouTube channel. It's completely free. That'd be the second best way to learn, I'd say. Best way, just do it. Second best way, check out my YouTube channel. I'm the #1 vibe coding YouTuber on planet Earth. So there's that too. Real name is Jackie. I was at Dev Day this year as well. I think office hours is a great idea. Did we meet there, Jackie? I guess maybe we missed each other. Did we meet there, Jackie? I was at Dev Day. It was the best experience ever. I loved it. If anyone here, I highly recommend it. Next Dev Day, OpenAI Dev Day, apply. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Could not recommend it enough. Go to Dev Day. You meet everyone. I met Sam Altman. I met Johnny Ive. I met Greg Brockman. I met everyone. It was sick. You meet everyone. It's just the #1 place to be for vibe coders. You have to go. Your face is a bad camera. Got him. It's a fact. Clifton, do you use the same Supabase database for local development and live database? No, I create one for development and I create one for production. So if you're building a super serious app, you need to make sure you have a development database and a production database. So in Supabase, I'll show you right now. Let's go into it right now. I'll pull up in my Supabase for Creator Buddy. Here we go. I'll show you how I do this. Boom. So this is my Supabase for Creator Buddy, which is my live app. Thousands of users, 300K ARR, production app, been out for, what, 8 or 9 months now. There's a lot, ignore most of these. The ones you're looking at that are important, like, I think on paper, you probably should have a development, a staging, and then production. Development for like building things out. Staging should always match your production just so you can make sure it's good. And then production, I shortcut it. I just have development and production. These are the two I maintain. I had a security testing one, which is kind of a playground one to make sure everything's secure, but that's just me messing around. I personally, and this is probably not best practices, and there's probably like super serious developers here laughing in my face going, ha ha, ha, what a moron. But I do development and production, although you should have staging that matches your production so that you can make sure it works well. I just do development and production. I make sure development works and I move over all the changes to production. So that's how I'd recommend doing it. I hit a button and now everything's freaking out on my computer. All right. Yeah. So I created, you can in Supabase, they have the option where you can have one project and then create like development, production, staging all in one project. I went both ways and I decided I like this better, just having a separate project for each in a single organization, the Creator Buddy organization with 2 separate projects. That's just the workflow I find worked better for me. Going to start building a pretty complex app. What do you think is the ideal time limit for building the MVP? Like you're like timing yourself, like, oh, I can only build this for a week. Like, what do you mean by that, Karen? Time limit for your MVP? I don't know, however long it takes you. If you believe in the idea, just build it out. Or are you asking like, if it doesn't get traction in X amount of time, do I move on to the next idea? Is that what you're asking? I don't know. Let me know what you're asking. And with that, he buys a month's YouTube revenue on a camera recommended by Joe Bob, just like that. I trust my live stream audience, Yen Radman. Oh, let me put on the music so people can vibe out. If people want to vibe out. There you go. You can vibe out the music if you want. Hello, says Nasser Al-Sulahim. Nasser Al-Sulahim, what's going on? We're building cool apps today. Hope you enjoy it. Leaderboard's looking pretty good. Let's see what Claude Code had to say. I want these badges. So we had the leaderboard of people submitting the most apps here. For the record, what's going on here? Oh, I am number 1. But it just has the names under, like Alice is here. This is Charlie, and that's me. I'm number 1. So where's my badge in here? So we got to figure out. All right, let's go back into Claude Code. Let's keep cooking here. Hi, everyone. I have 12 years of visual design experience actively building an AI writing app and prepping some chat GPT apps. Yen Radman needs a hug, says Derek. Yeah, I think he does too. Hey, I'm Kenny and I'm new here. I'm building an AI sales team for e-commerce stores, primarily selling through Facebook and Instagram. That's sick. So how would an AI sales team work, Kenny? Is it like emailing people or is it cold calling people? How does an AI sales team for e-commerce work? Curious. Do you use Claude Code SDK for project orchestration? No. I mean, I'm just using Claude Code extension in Visual Studio. Is Claude free? No. There's a $17 a month plan, Pinky. You can get away. You can do the $17 a month plan. That'll probably get you like 1 app built in a month. you probably want, if you're going to get serious about Claude Code, you want the $100 a month plan. Are you using the max plan? Yes, Fernando Nunez de Souza. It's a great name. It's a great name. Fernando Nunez de Souza. It's a fantastic name. Yeah, I'm using the max plan because I'm like, I use Claude Code friggin' 12 hours a day. I'm on here nonstop. My life is Claude Code. Claude Code's my life. If I could kiss Claude Code on the lips, I would. If Claude Code was something I can kiss on the lips, I'd do it. It's the least I can pay is for the max plan. It's the least I can pay. It's the least I can do for our Lord and Savior, Claude Code. Hello, I like vibe coding. Claude 3.5 started getting good and been following peeps on Twitter like you, Levels, and Mark Liu ever since. Amazing stuff. Do you mean Claude 4.5? Have you ever heard of Pythagora? Great to have you here, by the way, Nicholas. Great to have you here. Great to have you here. Buckle in. Welcome to the Fin Fam. We welcome you with open arms. Have you ever heard of Pythagora? Ever tested it out? No, I have no idea what that is. What is that? What's Pythagora? Is that like Pythagorean's theorem? Completing my 4 apps. Beta testing soon next week. From zero coding knowledge to great apps. Great time to be alive in the beautiful world. Love that, Dr. Ken. All right, let's see what it had to say. I asked where my badges are in my profile. You're right to questions. Looking at the screenshots, I can see the issue. The leaderboard badges are defined, but they're not automatically being awarded when badges are calculated. Here's what's happening. The badge definition exists, but they're not being checked awarded. The logic is there, but incomplete. Would you like me to implement the fix? It would involve updating the builder loading launch to fetch leaderboard position for all bidders, passing data to the badge calculation, storing new leaderboard badges. This way, whenever the app loads, it will automatically check if you have earned a leaderboard badge and award it. Yes, implement this. Internal temp high, allow to cool. This camera stinks. This camera stinks. Oh, well. All right. Here we go. We're building it out. It's gonna update the badge logic. It's gonna update the badge logic so it lives on the user profile. You guys are just gonna have to go a couple minutes without seeing me. We're gonna keep building. Nothing will change. You just don't get to see my beautiful face, I guess. So we're updating the leaderboard logic in the app so that it awards badges. Allow this command. Okay, so it's committing the code. All right, whatever. Just commit the code, I guess. It awards badges when people submit apps. So you can go to people's profile and see their badges. Claude Code is the best, but if you're looking for marketing, what's better, Claude or Chat GPT, says Derek. Derek, I'm going to be honest with you, man. My favorite chatbot outside of coding is GPT-5 Thinking. I think GPT-5 Thinking is the greatest AI model ever made. I use it for all sort of chatting and ideation. I think Claude Code's the greatest piece of software I've ever used. So, like, when it comes to building and coding, there's nothing beats Claude Code, nothing. But if I'm like talking to an AI, I need advice, I need life advice, I need business advice, I need marketing advice, I need whatever, GPT-5 Thinking all day. I mean, GPT-5 Pro is probably better, but like I just don't want to wait 8 minutes for every response. I'm willing to sacrifice slightly worse responses in order to not wait 8 minutes for every single response. I pay the $250 a month or whatever the hell it costs. But I think GPT-5 Thinking is the best for everything outside of coding. If you want to do anything except for coding, go with GPT-5 Thinking, in my opinion. I think O3 was the GOAT. But GPT-5 Thinking they built on top of that. I am new to vibe coding. Never been when GPT-O3 came out. I think that was like my GPT 3.5 or 4.0 moment or whatever they call it. Like O3 blew my mind more than anything. When O3 came out and I was asking questions and I was seeing the responses I was getting, it was blowing my mind. And Thinking is just kind of built on top of that. 5 Thinking. What do your apps or what problems do they solve, Dr. Ken? Oh, you're asking Dr. Ken a question. That's fine. Ask each other questions. That's great. Just seeing the app quickly. I don't see upvotes or downvotes on the app. Can it be shown? Maybe miss it. We have upvotes and downvotes. Let's pop it open, huh? Let's pop it open, bud. Oh, we have an error. And we fixed it. There we go. Okay, let's see. It's loading up here. Yeah, upvotes, downvotes on each app. Boom. Downvote. Boom. Upvote. That needs to work faster. It's taking too long. We need to update the UI locally first while it's sending to the database. It's waiting for the database to update to show me the updated vote count. We need to fix that. We're going to fix that in a second. Now let's see let's see the badges got fixed. Boom. Builder of the week, builder of the month, builder of the year, #1 builder of all time. Look at that. The new badges work. The new badges work. I love that. That's sick. So the leaderboard badges now go to the builder profile. Let's go back to Claude Code and fix that upvote issue. So the issue we want to solve is upvotes and downvotes take, like I just clicked and it still didn't update. Now it updated. So it's sending it to the database and it's only updating the UI when the upvote gets to the database, which is going to take too long. We want instant feedback in the UI. Instant feedback in the UI. Vibe coding for an NDA job mostly right now. Driving Uber-like app. That's cool. That's cool, Nicholas. When you ideate with the AI, sometimes it helps to ask it to improve your prompt or make suggestions. Yep. What tools do you suggest I use to fully vibe code an iOS app with limited code knowledge to be able to have good back end and front end, says RM Gamer. RM Gamer, what are you playing at the moment? I just started playing Arc Raiders. It is so good. Arc Raiders is so good. I literally have to stop myself from playing it like all day because I will get absolutely nothing done if I force myself to get like 100 things done first and then I can play Arc Raiders. It's too good. I suggest Claude Code because it's the best coding tool on planet Earth. And I suggest Xcode. So the proper workflow, for building iOS apps, and I think maybe I should build an iOS app video for the mainline channel. Would people want that? Would people want like a YouTube video specifically dedicated to using Claude Code to build mobile apps? Let me know. But you open up a project in Claude Code, and then you open up that same project you made in Claude Code with Xcode, because that's how you build iOS apps. And then you just build the app out in Claude Code, and then you preview it in Xcode, and then you can submit to the App Store from there in Xcode. Claude Code manages backends and front ends the best out of any app. So let's see if the camera turns on for me here. It should. I don't know why it's overheating, man. I guess maybe I should talk to ChatGPT and say, why the hell is my camera overheating every 5 seconds? I got to film a YouTube video after this. My camera can't be overheating. I'm going to have to walk to Best Buy. Yes, just do it. Learn by doing. Oh my God. I'm like 14 minutes behind on the chat right now. Chat is on fire today. How do we feel about OpenAI going for profit? Says Joe Bob. I might have a controversial take here. This might be a controversial take on the OpenAI for profit. So I think if you spend 5 seconds on X, all you see is people crapping on OpenAI. I'm all for it. Listen, this is what people don't understand. This might cause people to be angry at me, but I don't care. This is just the truth. It's easy to get caught up in emotion and just get angry at things. The easiest thing to do as a human being is to see what other people are getting angry about and then join in on them being angry. That's like the easiest. People love ganging up and getting angry. People love it. It's their favorite thing to do. Oh, I'm on Twitter. 100 people are angry about something. I'm going to be angry about that too. Woo! When OpenAI started 10, 11, 12 years ago, the world was a very different place. A very different place. There were no AI chatbots, obviously, right? It was still, AI was totally and LLMs were totally in the research phase. There were no consumer products, really. And so eventually along the line, the scaling theory was kind of proven true. And for those who don't know what the scaling theory is, it's basically that the more compute you give an AI model, the better it performs, right? It got proven over the last few years that, like, okay, you want to improve an AI model, just throw more compute at it. And so the game changed in a way where it's like, okay, it's not just research and brain power anymore. In order to make a good AI model, in order to achieve AGI, especially an AGI that will be safe to use for the world, you need an absolute crap ton of compute, potentially $1 trillion of compute, trillions of dollars of compute. And this wasn't known when OpenAI got started 10, 11 years ago. That wasn't known. When they made OpenAI a nonprofit, it wasn't known that the game would eventually become, okay, we need to spend potentially trillions and trillions of dollars on compute. And then once that was discovered over the last few years, the game changed. Now you need to raise tremendous amounts of money. Now you need tremendous amounts of capital, right? If you're going to achieve AGI, especially accomplish OpenAI's original mission, which was to create, safe AGI for the world, you need literally trillions of dollars. And you're not going to raise trillions of dollars unless the people giving you money think they can get a return on their investment. And they're not going to get a return on their investment if it's a nonprofit, right? People are not, no one's going to, you can either invest, say you got two companies you can invest in, a company where your earnings or profit are capped, or a company where your earnings and profit could times 1,000. Which one are you going to invest in? You're not going to invest in the one where your earnings are capped. So if AI stayed nonprofit, they would never be able to raise enough money to create AGI or make good AI models. So they had quite literally no option but to go for profit if they wanted to stay competitive. If they stayed nonprofit, that's fine. They just would never complete their goal, which is to create safe AGI for the world. So listen, I'm not a OpenAI D-rider. If I was, I wouldn't be talking about Claude Code 24/7. But like, I'm also not going to get caught up in the pitchfork parade on Twitter where everyone's like, oh, closed AI, closed AI. Like, it's like the game has changed since they named themselves OpenAI and since they were a nonprofit. The game changed. And it just is what it is. Like, they would never be able to become successful if they stayed a nonprofit. Like, it just is what it is. I'm going to scroll down the chat to see what people are saying. Did I just piss off my entire chat section with that rant? Fear mongering can be lucrative. People love fear mongering. The AGI grift made a lot of YouTubers a lot of money. What does that mean? The AGI grift made a lot of YouTubers a lot of money. What does that mean? We haven't even achieved AGI. How do I make money off AGI? What's the grift? I want to get in on it. How do I make money off AGI? It's not even out yet. What's the grift? How are people making money off AGI and it hasn't even come out yet? Gene-Els. Remember when they said GPT-03 was basically AGI? Yeah, I mean, this is an issue with the entire AI industry, though, Yen. This is an issue right now with everyone. It's not just OpenAI. Which is like, marketing is also a much bigger part of the equation than anyone could have imagined. I don't think AI researchers a decade ago were sitting there in their offices thinking, oh, we're going to need a Twitter presence for this, right? All of a sudden, over the last, literally over the last year, it's now become like a thing where, like, and I've heard this from insiders at OpenAI and Anthropic, that like their Twitter presence is actually like a big thing they talk about all the time. Like, all these AI companies actively care about what people are saying about them on Twitter and where the hype is at the moment and like where the excitement is. Because it actually does determine it determines what tool people are using. The fact that I talk about Claude Code on every live stream is probably driving hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to Anthropic. They're not paying me. I'm just talking about it because I think it's the best tool. But like, you get these influencers to talk about your tools, and it actually makes a difference. And so to get to the point I'm trying to make, hype is a major issue in the AI industry right now, where every release, the company has to hype the hell out of it, because that's the only way they're going to get people to use their tool. They have to hype it. They have to get influencers to use it. They have to get influencers to tweet about it. That's part of the game now. It's part of the game. And so you have so many of these AI influencers. I'd say more than half the people you see tweet about this on Twitter, X. A lot of them are doing undisclosed advertising. This is a big issue right now. A lot of the people you see talk about AI on Twitter or wherever, or YouTube, it's undisclosed advertising, which is highly illegal, unethical, immoral. And so hype is a thing. They have to build hype. It's the only way a lot of these AI companies are going to succeed. You see with Higgsfield. Higgsfield is running the largest undisclosed advertising campaign in the history of mankind right now. Every time Higgsfield releases something, you see 1,000 of these AI influencers tweet about it. They're all getting paid. I've seen the emails. I've seen the internal communications. They're all getting paid, and none of them are disclosing they're getting paid. And so hype is just a thing. It's a big issue right now. Alex got that grippy. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean I got that grippy? What does that mean? That sounds dirty. I don't know what that means. As soon as my AI decides to have a conversation with me, I'll have an AGI. Polymarket bet that Google will solve AGI. Yeah, Google's winning like every Polymarket bet there is. Top model of the year, top model AGI, top everything. I bought a bunch of Google shares this morning, actually. All right, let's go back to coding. We do a little coding. We do a little ranting. Do I rant too much? Let me know in the chat if I rant too much. I don't. People watching the live stream, watching the replay, would you rather just see me shut up and code? Okay, leaderboards in. All right, so let's update. So we're having an issue with the app where upvotes aren't being counted right away. Let's go back to the app. So we have our Vibe Code app store where people can submit apps and upvote people's apps, downvote people's apps. The issue is the votes. Like I just clicked upvote. It doesn't show up until the database updates. We need to make it so it updates the UI the moment you click it, so that the user gets immediate feedback. I'm not talking about you, Alex. I'm talking about the flood of content that came out for a few months. People were panicking that their jobs would be taken by AI. It was a short-lived error. That's just the way human beings work, though. Everything's the best thing ever. Everything's the worst thing ever. It's just the state of human beings. We live in it's the biggest cliche, but we live in an attention economy. And the only way you're going to get attention nowadays, if you say this is the best thing ever, you say it's the worst thing ever. I hate the trope, like the YouTube AI trope, where people say insane in all caps in every title. Oh, this is insane. That's the most insane thing. But you know what? It works. Every time I have a title that has insane in all caps in it, it gets way more views than any other video. I put out a video with insane in all caps. The first hour it's out, skyrocket. Every single time. It sucks that it's that way. It sucks that it's like the only way you get attention nowadays is if you make something dramatic. They released GPT OSS. Yeah, they have an open model. Does XAI have an open model? Anthropic? I don't know. And also, for the record, I don't think these companies need open models. I don't think it's a necessary thing. I'm not going to sit here and protest because a company doesn't have an open model. I don't care. I just want the best technology possible. It's just not something I care about. But I do think it might be a little hypocritical when some of these AI companies go, "Oh, wait, OpenAI is not open. They don't have an open model," and them themselves don't have an open model. Like, what are you talking about? I can't knock the hustle, though. If they're doing illegal stuff, you can knock the hustle. I think the concern is that AGI definitions are different for everyone. And AGI doesn't mean anything. Have you ever built any successful mobile apps with Cursor and Claude Code completely vibe coding? I've built mobile apps with I built iOS apps with Claude Code and Cursor. Have I built any successful ones? Depends what you mean by successful. By successful, you mean a bunch of people bought it and I got rich? No. But by successful, you mean like it's like a working full app? Yeah, I've done that. What's a good place to deploy my vibe coded app? Have you tried InstaDB? I do Supabase for everything. I think XAI could get AGI, ASI first from a progress timeline perspective, but they are concerned about it. Why is that? Why do you think XAI could do that? I'm a massive Elon Musk believer. I'm a massive Tesla believer. Why do you think XAI is in position to get it first, though? Just because they have a lot of compute? My one concern would be they've never released a model that was like state of the art. It always comes out, it's like kind of up there, but it's never state of the art. And then they don't release fast enough. Like, there's been like 5 model releases since the last Grok model. They're not releasing fast enough, which, listen, at the end of the day, it's just going to be about who reaches AGI. None of these incremental changes are really going to matter much, but just from what I'm seeing, I don't know. Guru's cashed in on fear, says Chris Faraday with the pecs and abs hanging out in that selfie. Good selfie, my dude. Looking great, Chris Faraday. Yeah, I mean, that's how it works. They're gonna gurus and influencers, they're gonna cash in on fear. What are your thoughts on Grok? Do you use it? I would imagine there is smart use cases for creators on X. I find it to be the best for voice chat brainstorms. Says Aldo Rodriguez. I'm going to be honest. I don't have Grok in any of my workflows. I don't think it's best in class in any specific use case at the moment. That could change. I think when Grok 4 came out, there was a brief moment in time it was like best at like research. It is the best if you want like social sentiment, I think. Because it is connected to the X database of tweets. So like if you want like a sentiment on like what's going on in this very moment in social media, I think it's the best for that. But like I just vibe code all day and Claude Code's the best. And then I use AI to do planning. I don't need like up to the moment information. I do planning, and GPT-5 thinking for me is the best. You're a real one, though, Alex. It shows in your content. Yeah, I mean, this is the game we play. I'm still growing on YouTube. And, like, part of the game of YouTube is, like, you kind of have to play the game when it comes to titles and thumbnails. Like, do I love the fact that I have to friggin' do, like, a YouTube face in every thumbnail? No, I hate that. I think it's cringe. Do I hate the fact that, like, I have to say insane in my titles? No, I think that's kind of cringe. Like, I hate that my thumbnails, I have to do like the YouTube face. I hate that, but it's like, it's the game you play. So I try to keep it real in the content. I try to keep it real in the live streams. And then for these quick one-off videos, you got to play the YouTube game, put the YouTube face in it. It is what it is. All right, let's fix this. Let's fix this Claude Code issue with the upvotes and downvotes. We're an hour in. It's been a good live stream. Good chat. This is the most active the chat's ever been. I love it. It makes it fun. It makes it fun to live stream with the chat when everyone's asking questions, hanging out, introducing themselves. Looks great. Good job. One other thing we need to change here. When I upvote and downvote, it takes a few seconds to update the UI. I imagine this is because it waits for the database to update. We need to make the visual feedback instant so the user knows their upvote or downvote worked. Enter. So I don't use plan mode for things like this. So for like small changes, like we're fixing upvotes and downvotes on the App Store, I don't use plan mode. I don't think you need to. If you're doing a big change, you're implementing a brand new feature or something bigger, then I'd use plan mode, shift tab, but not for small fixes like this. GPT OSS 20B is actually goated. Should I buy a Mac Studio with M3 Ultra Should I do it? I've been talking to AIs like an hour a day every night, trying to get it to convince me to buy like a Mac, like a top of the line Mac Studio. I've been, let me go Apple refurbished. I've been talking to AI every night, like convince me to buy a huge Mac Studio so I can run local AI. Convince me, please. Please convince me. Like, I'm just trying to figure out where I can get the ROI off of running my own local models. I mean, maybe I can't get an ROI. Maybe the ROI is just me learning about AI and local models and building my own models, and just like I learn more, and then that turns into other things. Maybe it turns into more YouTube content that gets me the ROI or whatever. But like, let's see here. Someone convinced me right now to pull the trigger on this M3 Ultra. Someone convinced me so that I can run local models, like the most powerful local models in the world. How much memory does this have? 96 gigs. Maybe I do the more. Someone convinced me. What can I do? What's something like amazing I can do by buying the top of the end Mac Studio M3 Ultra and running the top of the line 128? Someone convince me. Because I want to do it. I've been reading a lot of machine learning textbooks lately. Like, I want to master it. I want to become like goated. I want to become goated at like machine learning and running local models and like fine tuning my own models. Should I just do it? Get the M3 Ultra. You only live once and you have the best tech. You have the best tech to be in the game. I don't like you only live once as an excuse to spend thousands of dollars. I will show you the beauty of open source. Dude, buy the Mac Studio M3 Ultra with max specs. I will show you the beauty of open source. You think I'm getting an ROI if I do this? Or it'll just be fun, right? I'll buy it just because it's going to be a huge amount of fun. If I would buy a Mac for local mods, it'd be a portable device I could use on an airplane, for example. But you're not going to get like a super powerful. Proving that even AI can't handle this level of deep learning. Smasher, get that dang, you dog. Send me the money, I'll buy it for you. Okay. You can't even run everything. Well, this will be the most realistic thing you can run most things on. Run pod is way more simple. I wonder if you need an anti-algorithm. Because the pace at which Elon's companies operate, their rate of improvement from model to model, given the age of XAI, is impressive. I think at the end of the day, the race is between Google and XAI. Really? You think the race is between Google and XAI? You're not even like considering OpenAI? You're not even considering OpenAI? I mean, I think GPT-5 thinking is the best model on planet Earth right now. I mean, I think Claude Code is the best. I think Claude Code's the best coding tool on planet Earth. But I think if you're just talking to an AI model and you want answers, or you want to brainstorm, I think GPT-5's goated. All right, looks like it built it. Should we test this? Let's test it out. So it looks like it built out the fix to the upvotes and downvotes taking a while to show up. Let's see. Let's upvote and downvote. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Worked. Instant. Ooh, I feel like it'd be cool let's add like a little animation that makes it feel really good. When I upvote and downvote, I want an animation on that number so it feels really good to upvote and downvote, so that people want to keep upvoting and downvoting. Let's do that. Little things like that, you know? Little things like that make apps pleasant to use. Let's commit this to GitHub. Hello from Israel. Our AI models are studying the FinFam and still can't handle this level of deep learning, says Daniel. Love it. RunPod sucks because the storage is low. If you made multi-level LLM workflows, you could use GPT 120B models for really intelligent, comfy UI workflows, depending on how you want to use it for coding and building app concepts. If you want to make multi-level LLM workflows, you could use GPT 120B models for really intelligent, comfy UI workflows. Is comfy UI, though, is that all just like image gen stuff and video gen stuff? Comfy UI. I'm going to be honest. I'm not like crazy interested in like image generation. Is that weird that I'm not really that interested in image and video generation? What I'm interested in, here's what I'm interested in. Yen, this is what I want from a local LLM, if this makes it easier. I want a employee that works for me 24/7. I want an employee that works for me 24/7 that knows, okay, it's Thursday. He sends out newsletters Thursday. Let me do a bunch of research on the latest AI stories and prepare him 3 drafts and send it to him, and then text him, hey, here it is. And then I know he's live streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Here's the latest AI tools. Try them out on your live stream. And all this is automatic, and it runs 24/7 locally on the computer. And it's just doing all this work for me. That's what I want. I don't want this to be a workflow, right? Like, I don't want this to be a thing where I type in, oh, this, and I connect this, and I connect that. I want it to just know. I want to say, hey, by the way, I do newsletters Thursday. And he goes, okay, gotcha, Alex. Thursdays, I'm going to start doing all these things for you. And then it's like done, and it just does it automatically. And it goes 24/7. And it's like constant, and it's conscious, and it's thinking like, how can I be more helpful? How can I do more things for you? And just always doing things. That's what I want. Do I buy a top of the line Mac Studio? Can I do that use case by buying a top of the line Mac Studio right now? Is that possible? Can Comfy UI do that? Can Mac Studio M3 Ultra do that? That's what I want to know. Someone answer that question for me. That if you can tell me definitively right now, I can do that by buying a Mac Studio M3 Ultra, I will press buy on it right this instant. All right, that looks good. So how does this work? That we're looking at the upvoting and downvoting. N8N would be more for automated web retrieval research workflows. No, I'm not a believer in N8N. I'm not a believer in N8N. I'm not a believer in Zapier. I just don't think the future of AI is this. I don't believe the future of AI is this. I'm not a believer in this. I'm not a believer in this. This is not the future of AI. Me taking this little node and it goes here, and I go true false goes here, and it goes here, and then I connect this to here, then I go to here, then I connect this to here. I think that's stupid. I don't think that's the future of AI. The future of AI, this is a half step, right? That's why when OpenAI during Dev Day announced like the agent builder, which basically just looks exactly like this, I was very disappointed because I think that's a half step. That's a half measure. The end game of AI, where we will eventually be, is I press one button, click, the AI wakes up and it gets to work. It knows who I am. It does research on me. It goes, oh, you sent out your newsletters Thursday. Okay, let me start preparing newsletters drafts for you every Thursday. Oh, I'm looking at your YouTube. Looks like you live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Let me put together a script every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, I see that you tweet about AI a lot. I'll look at the news. I'll monitor X to see if anyone's posting any breaking news about AI. And it just does that 24/7, 365. I don't have to do anything except click on, and it goes and does that. That's the future of AI. That's the world we're going to. All this crap, oh, I got to integrate with Slack, and then I connect that to the Excel spreadsheet, then I give it a true or false branching statement that determines if it should create the form, and then I have to click over the node for Jira, and it creates the Jira ticket. That's crap. 10 years from now, we won't be doing anything like this. This will not be happening in 10 years, where we have this little chart, and I'm clicking together squares. I'm not an N8N. That's why N8N, you put like N8N in a YouTube title, you get 20,000 views instantly. Like if I wanted to milk N8N for views and say, oh, this is the future of N8N. This is the future AI agents. Here's your master N8N workflow. I could do that. I can just fart out N8N videos and get like 30,000 views a video if I wanted to right now. But I'm just not a believer in this at all. Like this being like the workflow that the average user wants to do. Clicking and dragging different nodes and decision trees. I'm not a believer. That's why I didn't make a video on the ChatGPT agent builder either. I'm just not interested in this. This is not interesting. What's interesting to me is an AI that gets to know who I am and just does stuff for me. I don't have to do anything about it. Can your current computer work 24/7 a day? What is your current roadblock to accomplish that? Well, the current roadblock is, it's a good question. It would need to leverage AI APIs like the Claude API and the OpenAI API, which could get very expensive if it's doing things 24/7. It would also need to have control over my computer so it can create documents locally and check things. And that doesn't, that's not possible today. But I'm trying to figure out if I had a local LLM, if the local LLMs that run on the Mac Studio M3 Ultra are smart enough to be able to do something like that or are capable of doing something like that. That workflow doesn't exist today, but I think with a Llama Web UI and Claude Code, you could build it. All the tools are the individual. No one has put them together that I've seen. Yeah, I just got to figure out how to do it. I think that's a $1 trillion business idea right there that I just gave to you guys for free. To thank me for giving you guys a $1 trillion business idea for free, hit the like down below. Hit the like down below. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And the most important thing you can do, turn on the bell icon. The most important thing you can do right now, turn on the bell icon. I'm putting out a Cursor 2.0 master workflow tomorrow. And I live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. So hit the bell icon to get notified every time I do that. Very critical. All 65 people in here do that right now. And if you're watching the replay of the live stream, let me know what you think. Is this a cool replay experience, watching the live streams on replay? How can I make your replay experiences better? N8N might not be around 10 years, but for now, we don't need it to be working backend for a lot of apps we're building. Claude Code and Codex can't handle those tasks yet. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's good use cases for N8N right now for a lot of people. Internal temp too high. Allow it to cool. Excellent. Thank you, Sony. Really cooking right now, Sony. I'd have to look. I mean, I'm sure there's people with great N8N workflows right now. I'm just not a believer in how it works. I'm just not. I mean, I'm sure it's great. I'm sure there's a lot of people getting value out of it. I'm just not a believer. And I don't want to sit there and creating different workflows on a little canvas. I'd have to look more into OS web retrieval for workflows, but I still think the Mac Studio can get a lot done for you. The spec should hold up for a good amount of time for all the incoming open source tools. I know. OS equals open source. Yen, you don't think I know what OS means? They're coming out with the M5 Ultra later this year too. But it's also like, what am I just gonna wait forever? Oh, they're always gonna come out. They're always gonna come out with something new. 256, 4 terabytes. How much is that going to cost me? Out of stock. 96 gigs though. Out of stock. Out of stock. I can get a 1 terabyte. I feel like I would want more than 1 terabyte though. 96 gigs of memory. I can get that. Or maybe I just go. Maybe I just buy it, not refurbished, buy the whole thing. 96 gigabytes, holy, yeah, that's what you need. I'll be looking forward to that cursor video. I'm a cursor guy. I did try that Claude Code workflow you put out, though, and we'll be experimenting with it more. Yeah, cursor's great. Listen, people have different preferred workflows. Right? There's a lot of cursor people out there. They just prefer the cursor workflow more. And cursor does have good features that, why are you going refurbished? Just juice up the sauce, bro. A lot of people, just prefer the cursor workflow. And that's fine. The tools are so good that you don't need to like have to go at one tool. For me, my preferred workflow is Claude Code. I just love Claude Code. It's my preferred workflow. You know, a lot of people love cursor, and that's like when I was started, cursor was my first vibe coding tool, and I loved it. I started using it over a year and a half ago. I loved it, but I'm like a fairly technical person, so I can just switch tools very easily and figure them out very easily. But that's the point of my YouTube channel, is I get to use all the tools and explain to you how you can use them very easily. Got to go 256, right, Yen? Can't stop at 1. You got to do 2 terabytes. I think this is the one I'd have to go with. $7,500. I think this is the one I'd go with, Yen. 256 gig, 2 terabyte storage. I think that would future-proof me a good amount, Yen. Do I buy it? I'd only do refurbished because you can save a ton of money and you get the same. How do I feel about Warp? Listen, there are 10,000 AI vibe coding tools out there. There's kind of I'd say like the ones that are on the cutting edge. And then there's kind of the heel nippers. I don't have time to test out every heel nipper. I'd say Warp is one of those. You have your cutting edge tools. I'd say the cutting edge tools are Claude Code, Cursor, Codex. Then you have your other tools like V0 and Bolt and Lovable. Those are prototyping tools. Listen, I just don't think you're going to I just don't think you're going to build any kind of advanced tools with Lovable or V0. Those are your quick prototyping, miniature. You're not building like a full production app with Lovable. Like, can someone show me one like complex production web app that is built completely on Lovable? You can't. Gee, Alex, how can we help you spend your money today? Yeah, I know, right? I haven't bought any of this yet. And no one's convinced me yet. No one's convinced me to pull the trigger on this yet. No one's convinced me. Still waiting. The camera I have to buy. I can't be live stream. My camera turns off 20 times a live stream. The camera's a must buy. The camera I'm running out and buying right after this. I have to. I have no option. The Mac Studio, I'm still waiting for someone to convince me to do it. Listen, if you want Lovable tutorials, I'm sure there's good ones out there you can find on other channels. I'm not interested in prototyping tools. I'm not interested in the V0s, Bolt News, or Lovables. I'm just not interested. I want to build full-scale applications, right? I want to be able to build awesome applications like this. I challenge anyone, if you can build this in Lovable, a full-scale app store where people can submit apps, vote them up and down, have discussions in the discussion board, full backend database built out supporting all this, discussion boards, leaderboards, create profiles, badges, achievements. If you can build all this out in Lovable, would love to see it. Then I'll build it. Then I'll start making Lovable tutorials. If you can show me how you can build this in Lovable. Yeah, should go the extra 600 for 4 terabytes. Now we're going 8,000. Anything past that, just get externals. 4 TBs. So you think 8,000 is the move here? I got the Apple credit card. I can get 3% back. What's 3% of that? Like $1,000? Basically free. I remember when Apple first started soldering their memory, it was just when I considered getting a Mac. I say, hell no, I've always been a PC guy. Bro, buy it. People saying, bro, buy it with a fire emoji is not going to convince me to buy it. You got to give me arguments on why running the LLM locally is going to give me an ROI on this 8,000. If you can give me an argument on how I'm going to get $8,000 back ROI on this, I'm in, right? If you think making content around local LLMs and super powered Mac studios that could get me the ROI, then yeah, give me that argument. If you think you can give me arguments around running a local LLM, that added extra workflow is going to do enough work where it's going to get me $8,000 back, give me that argument. Then I'll pull the trigger right now if you can give me a compelling argument. I think you're better off building your own rig with GPUs and self-hosted LLMs, but I know a lot of people just prefer the Mac. I like the easy button. Give me the easy button. I'd love you getting the Mac studio because I feel like you could give the community a lot by showcasing new open source tools for content. That's what I'm thinking. That's one path to convince me to buy this right now, is if I can, if it opens up the route for me creating a lot of content on local LLMs, how to run them, how to fine tune them, things like that, and featuring more open source stuff. But is there like a big market out there for open source LLM content? Like, is that a big market? Am I going to get views with that? Is that going to pay the bills? Chef by Convex can, base 44. You mean Convex, not context? My boy Mickey works at Convex. What do you think about Agent OS Claude Code? I don't know what that is. What do you think about Agent OS for Claude Code? What's Agent OS? I just use Claude Code. I don't use MCPs. That Mac Studio will last for 1,000 years. I think it will too. The video you did with Cursor building the stock market app was really impressive, but your Claude Code video on a similar build, it struggled with that. So maybe use the models for different apps. That was a while ago, the stock market app, wasn't it? But your Claude Code video on a similar build, it struggled with that. You still can't run DeepSeek. Even with this, I can't run DeepSeek. So go for RAM, max out on it. You want me to max out the RAM for an extra $2,400? Now I'm spending $10,000, Miguel Albuquerque. Buy, install, Omarkey. My philosophy on it is def ROI. So is this, am I going to get an ROI on these $10,000 for this maxed out Mac Studio? Someone convince me. I'll buy it right now if you can convince me. I'll get an ROI running local LLMs. Are people going to watch content of me running local LLMs and doing local workflows and using open source tools? Yeah, there's no way. 256 is enough. You won't get anywhere near 8K of value with local LLM from that. That's over 3 years worth of Claude Code Max 200. That's true. Did you get special prize from the claw machine at Dev Day? It had open models on USB. If you want it, I would say buy it. LOL. Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't get the USB. I tried. I couldn't get it. I'm off. I've never gotten a thing in a claw machine in my entire life. I've never won a claw machine in my entire life. I think the market you would be tapping into would be business and individuals who don't want to put their app's information in a closed source company models. But is there a big market out there for that, Joe Bob? Am I going to get an $8,000 ROI from that market? Is that market big? From the standpoint of a content creator, I do both if I had bottomless pockets. I'm picking up what you're putting down with that, but NVIDIA got all the horsepower. I don't have bottomless pockets, though. That's the issue. I'd love to have bottomless pockets, but I don't. I'm not rich. I am not rich or wealthy at all. I did buy a lot of Robinhood stock a year ago, and that's doing well, but I'm not rich. I'm not rich. I wish I was rich. If you want me to be rich, AI app, AI Claude Code Academy, AI app building. I'm still workshopping the name. What are the options? I need a poll right now. Poll right now. Oh, I guess I could literally do a poll in here, can't I? Create a poll. How do I create a poll? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Okay. Here we go. What name do you like best? Here we go. I'm going to create a poll right now. Vibe Coding Masterclass. Vibe Coding Academy. AI App Accelerator. Claude Code Edition. Claude Code Masterclass. What other names here? Sorry, one more thing I got to add in here. CC means Claude Code Edition. 500 Masterclass. AI Coding Academy. Here we go. Let me know what you guys think's best here. Boom. I added a poll. Anyway, let's keep building stuff, huh? I'm having problems creating large projects with the context of Claude Code always getting big. I'm making it impossible to manage test implementations. There's a video that teaches this. Is Andre. Andre, you just got to know how to manage your chats, right? Create a new chat. Let's go into Claude Code. If I stare at that Mac Studio enough, I'm just going to buy it, and I don't want to do that. You got to manage your chats, my man, right? So like look in the bottom right here. You have your context right here, 38%. You don't want it to compact. So like you just, every new feature you build out, start a new chat. Every new feature you build out, start a new chat. Right? That's the way you want to do it. Local LLM content, I'm saying no for views. Wow, Vibe Coding Masterclass is winning that poll. Okay. Agent OS is a framework to start a project with the best practices in a language you choose for Claude Code. I gotta look that up. I think Joe Bob has a good point. What was Joe Bob's point? I think the market you would be tapping into would be business individuals who want to put their apps into close. Yeah, but again, I don't know how big that market is. Local LLMs are the new MCP content material for AI YouTube channels. It's funny. Yeah, is that long-term going to be a huge market? Like MCP, it's so cringe, man. You have all these creators talking about how incredible MCP is. I guarantee you if you go on their computers, none of them are using MCP. MCP is the greatest advancement since ChatGPT 3.5. And then like you watch the video, it's some like convoluted workflow that no one would ever use in their life. And then I guarantee if you go on their computer right now, none of them are using MCP. I just don't think there's many great MCP workflows out there that make your life better. Sorry. I'm just not a believer in MCP at the moment. I build apps 12 hours a day. I don't use a single MCP. It's all about simplicity. Your goal at all times should be simplicity. At all times. And unless something dramatically makes your workflow better, you should not be adding it to your workflow. And so MCP was just a trend for a long time to get views on YouTube and Twitter. There's a reason you've never seen me do one MCP video. You're never going to see me do a video on something that I don't use in my workflow every day. If I don't use it in my workflow every day, I'm not making a video on it. I had never made a video on N8N. I never made a video on the ChatGPT agent builder. I've never made an MCP video. Those are just, I just think they complicate things, and you shouldn't add things that complicate things unless you get dramatically better results. Again, local LLM need RAM, bigger and deeper model will work best, especially for vibe coding. Space is not needed. You want to try the 256. I got a little cluster of 3 framework and it works nice. No, you aren't going to get ROI and self-hosted LLMs with the current state of their performance price ratio. Yeah, that's another concern as well, is the closed source ones on through API, Sonnet 4.5, GPT-5 thinking, they're so much better than local models. They're so much better. And like Minimax, the new Minimax is great. The new Minimax model, M2, I think they call it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But like, you also can't really run that locally. It's too big. To get the maxed out version, you can't run that locally. Renting GPUs is the way, man. I can't afford an H100, but I can for like $2 an hour, you know? But I think there's something cool. Why haven't you started a school community and monetized that? I think you could make a ton, says Janice S. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Is, wow, Vibe Coding Masterclass is dominating. It's 28 votes. Here's what I'm thinking is when I launch the Vibe Coding Masterclass or whatever it is in a couple weeks, it's going to be half masterclass, half community. So you get the course, but then you also get to dial into the calls. And then you get like a month of that for free when you get the course. And then after that, for $30 or $40 a month, you get to do weekly calls every week. But I was thinking of doing WAP, because then with WAP, it has an integration with Discord. And I can just have the community in a Discord. Do people really go to school.com to like hang out in a chat? Like, I feel like people use Discord more than going on like school.com, right? Wouldn't people rather have it be like in a Discord? WAP has integration with Discord. School doesn't. What would people prefer? It's probably cheaper than my power bill would if I had one. I mean, running multiple 20B is in a workflow on 12 million VRAM is insanely over that line. Real talk, building in public, beneficial or fraud? I feel like you get less out of it. People steal ideas, etc. You're an educator, so it's different, but more the X idea. That's a good question, Derek. It depends. Because here's what it comes down to. If you don't have a large audience, so I get this question a lot, which is like, should I actually be building in public? All these gurus praise building in public. Oh, build in public, talk about what you're building, this and that. It really depends. If you don't have a big audience, how are you going to not build in public and then expect to get users? Right? That's going to be pretty much impossible unless you use this new app store I'm building out right here live on stream. But if you do have an audience, then yeah, I mean, maybe you don't need to build in public, and then you can just launch it, and then you have a bunch of people ready to go because you have a big audience. But if you don't have a big audience, I just build it. And I would build in public because then you can get users that way. I wouldn't worry about people stealing ideas. I really wouldn't. A lot of people let that be a blocker from building. A lot of people let that be a blocker from them building. It's like, oh, people might steal my ideas. Just build, just build, just build, just build. I think there are very particular use cases of when's good to build in public and when isn't. Obviously for this is good for building in public, what I'm doing here. Even if someone steals it, the fact that I'm doing this in front of an audience is going to make it more successful. You got to think about what's best for you, but I would never let people stealing your idea be a blocker from building. I would never let that be a blocker. Yeah, bro, I caught on this early by logging progress logs so I could pick up where the old ones. Bonus, it gives an opportunity to effortlessly document change logs. Yeah, editing your Claude.md to say, hey, log changes in a markdown file could help you convert context over. Why are you building 12 hours a day, says Hassan El Amin? Because I love it. Because I love using Claude Code, because I really enjoy building things, and because it's my career. That too. You know, I make YouTube videos, I need to be building and trying every tool and trying different things out and figuring out new workflows. I just put out a video, best Claude Code workflow ever. It's getting tons of views. And that's only because, you know, I experimented and I code 12 hours a day and I came up with the workflow. So that's why I use Claude Code for 12 hours a day. It feels like AI is changing too quick to invest and commit to anything for the long term. Seems smarter to rent, subscribe for now. It's fair. It's very fair, dog name chip. It's a very fair objection to me buying an $8,000 Mac Studio. It's a very fair objection, right? Like, what if something comes out in a year, it's revolutionary, and it doesn't run on this type of hardware because it's something we couldn't predict? It's a very fair objection. N8N is so complicated, but makes sense for local small business. Have auto marketing would be amazing. Is there like, but like, are auto marketing campaigns working? Like, I'm not a marketer, so this might be the stupidest question of all time, but are like, I don't know. I don't really know. I just don't like N8N. I just don't, to be honest with you. I don't believe in building into simplicity. I believe on building systems that make it easier to build new systems. Wow, Vibe Coding Masterclass dominated, huh? But I also want it to be the name of the community as well. I think I want to go with Academy. AI coding. I think I want Academy in it because Academy covers both a recorded course and a community. If I do Academy, you know what I'm saying? If I make it Vibe Coding Academy or AI Coding Academy, Academy can be both the community and the recorded content. I don't really go to school, even though I joined communities, but I did see some people on there. I'm slightly more likely to go. Yeah, people like Discord more. So if I do a WAP, people will go to the Discord because it has integrated with WAP, Discord. Returning to the app, have you considered accessibility on the app? What do you mean by that? Accessibility. I think it's a broad term. Have I considered accessibility? What does that mean? In what regards? School has Hormozy promoting it up the wazoo, and a lot of YouTube AI creators are doing very well, charging $97 a month for access to the creator with 48,000 subs. I just think you should look at it. So you think School better than WAP? What? But why WAP or why School specifically? Will people want to hang out in a school? Do people chat in a school? Like, I think people will churn because no one wants to. Do people want to go to a school every 5 seconds? Like, so if you think a school would be more successful than a WAP, can School do what I want where I can do, I guess it could do what I want. Yep, Academy and then Masterclass could be a content chunk in the Academy. School or WAP? I want to do it so you buy the course and you get a month of the community, and then after that you can just keep doing the community. I think WAP supports that, but I feel like Discord, people prefer Discord, not School. Which tech stack are you using? For what? The app we're building? Here we go. All right, so that works. The optimistic scoring worked. All right, let's add one more thing. I want to add an animation to the upvote and downvote. So when people click it, it feels really nice. It can do the animation on the arrows and the number. What do you think? So I want to do animations on the upvotes and downvotes in the app, so it looks nice when you click it. Yes, I think School is better for monetization. Wasn't nothing better than WAP when I was in school. I must be misinterpreting. WAP! Not the Cardi B, you sick mother. You sick mother. There's, I'll show you. People don't know what I'm talking about here. WAP. This thing. WAP. W-H-O-P. In here, you can create community as well as the course, and it connects to Discord, so you can get people into a Discord to do the chat as well. Aren't these guys a little fishy? But then there's school. School doesn't have a connection to Discord, I don't think. But I think it might be like a more popular marketplace, so it might have better discoverability. But I was thinking the course would cost like an upfront fee, and then the community would be a fee after, like a monthly thing after that. Is this only monthly fees? Do people use school? Wow. 5.6 thousand members paying $50 a month. This YouTube guy has 5,000 people paying $50 a month. He's making like 6 figures a month off this? Is this real? This person has 95 people paying $8,000 a month? Is that real? Are these real numbers? 8,000 times 95? This woman's making $760,000 a month off this school. Is this real? Or are these made up? Are these made up numbers? 95 people are paying $8,000 a month to learn dating from Gracie. I help guys build confidence, learn to flirt, and land their dream girl. There is no way 95 people are paying $8,000 a month for this. There is no way. If you need to pay $8,000 to learn how to flirt, you're out of your gourd. Because what happens when you actually land a girl from flirting and you told them I paid $8,000 to learn it? They'll leave you immediately. There is no way. And her one pitch is learn how to talk, text, and flirt, and then people just say, okay, take $8,000? No way. $8,000 a month. 95 incels were 8,000 desperate. That can't be real. I don't think it's $8,000 a month, but yeah, it's still a lot of money just to learn to get women. I mean, I'm not like a ladies' man or anything and can give you advice on how to get women, but like $8,000, just go out and friggin' talk to people, huh? Go out and talk to people. What are we doing here? $8,000 a month. Holy crapola. 1,000 people are paying $40 a month to learn pickleball? This guy's making $40,000 a month teaching pickleball? Do I have to make a school? Do I have to make a school? Calligraphy, making $10,000 a month off calligraphy? What? All right. Let's go back to Claude Code, huh? I do think like a lot of people want a community to hang out in, do weekly calls, share ideas. I do think people want that. So I'm going to build it. It's going to release in the next couple of weeks. I'm just thinking about what the right version of it is. What's the right version, you know? I want to make sure I do it right when I do it. If people have advice, DM me on X. DM me on X if you have advice on this stuff. I'd pay for a live vibe coding masterclass with you. You can call it vibe syncing coding and live streaming and learning all in one, says Simpo. Well, what I'm thinking is, Simpo, I'm going to do a recorded course on Claude Code, the newest version, and you can buy that, and then you get like a month of meetings with me, And then you can then keep getting months of meetings after for a subscription. But I don't know if any of these platforms support that. Do any of these platforms support something like that? I don't know. That doesn't show a recurring cost a month. So I'm guessing, one time $8,000, but still, that's insane. Alex, don't pay $8,000 a month to learn how to flirt and date. Just ask GPT-5 Thinking. $2,000 a month to vibe code a pickleball that you can flirt with. I'm laughing at 800 credit score. I can do that in 30 seconds. Don't live beyond your means. Yeah. People are charging to teach you how to do an 800 credit score. I'll give you a tip. Don't buy. Academy. Okay. I think maybe school might be the way, but I got to figure out how it would work. With school. There's a vibe coding society. There's a lot of vibe coding communities on school. There's one that's $100 a month and 85 people are in it. That seems kind of expensive, no? $100 a month? I don't know. Which domain are you getting for the app? The vibe code one we're doing? Okay, let's see. Let's add it. I'd love the idea. Let me suggest a few animation approaches and you can pick which one feels best. So we're going to work on the animations of our app right now. When you upvote and downvote, scale and pop, effectively bouncing, satisfying. Icon. Let's do scale and pop. See, I love Claude Code for this. You say, hey, I want to build this thing out. Gives me a bunch of recommendations. Gives me a menu. I just choose something off the menu. Alex, I used to work at Intel and McAfee. You probably already know a lot of tech bros are awkward in real life. So yeah, they pay a lot of money to learn. I mean, I'm awkward in real life. There's a lot of awkward people in real life. Just go out and talk to people. The best dating advice is just to be yourself. How do you learn that for $8,000? How does someone teach you how to be yourself? Look it up. Rich people pay women to degrade them. Rich people pay women to degrade them. Rich men are dumb AF. What does that mean? People are paying women to degrade them? Like you pay them, then go, oh, you're stupid? Why would they do that? I'll do that for free. Sinizer. Hi, Alex. Hey, what's up, Sinizer? Before starting school, you should seriously ask if you understand how to put a curriculum together. I know AI good, but you should get some input from real human educators first. Oh, I have a curriculum put together. It's almost done. I put the entire curriculum together and I filmed almost all of it. It's almost done. I'm showing you how to build an app beginning to end. Plan it, database, auth, pricing, payments, coming up with ideas, marketing it. I have it all done. $100 a month is not expensive. You get access to the creator. Creator does a weekly webinar for members that makes it $100 a steal for people. Add a course and it is a mega steal. Well, that's what I'm doing. It's a course and you get weekly, and we're going to do weekly workshops, like weekly office hours. You think I should do $100? I was thinking the fairer thing to do is like $300. You buy the course and then you get a month of meetings for free. And then it automatically starts subbing for like $40 a month after for the weekly meetings. Yeah, all the AI-based schools I've seen are high priced. People trying to charge crypto level prices more than a YouTube sub, but not $40 plus a month. Yeah, I feel like $40 a month is fair to like dial into a group call once a week. No? I mean, I know I am the #1 AI YouTuber on planet Earth, but I don't know. Alex, how you do the UI UX building though through AI, matey? I'm not a designer or UX expert. I can create interfaces, but find myself arguing AI about how much the app looks like the same as others. Here's what I do. You have to give it inspiration. You have to give it inspiration. So here's what I like to do. Thaki Sam. Here's what I like to do. Watch this. I like to go to V0. And then I like to go to design systems in V0 right here. And then I'd choose a design system you like. And then I'd screenshot it. And then I'd go into Claude Code and I'd paste that screenshot in and say, hey, make it look like this. You have to start with some sort of inspiration, Thaki, because I'm not a UX designer either. So I look for inspiration. Will be available for Canadians, says Simpo. Yes. If you want more information, I'm going to announce it fully in my email newsletter. So make sure you sign up for the email newsletter if you want the announcement the moment it comes out. That's in the link in the description. Free newsletter. No, I would say a standard monthly fee, not a high initial fee, and then lower after that. So you wouldn't charge like 300 for the course and then 40 after. You would just do like 97 off the rip a month and then just keep it at that, Janice. Do you think that's the smartest? Do we follow each other on Twitter, Janice? DM me on Twitter as well. Look at every stock trading Discord group or school. They make a fortune selling stuff they find online. As long as you've got a good idea that your course goes through the levels in the right order, I wouldn't gouge people 300 for monthly workshops. I would start modestly. It would be a great. Well, I was thinking the best model would be like you buy the course and then you get a month of meetings. And then if you want more meetings, you can just subscribe. But I don't know if any of these sites support that. Do any of these sites support you pay 300 for the course and then you pay $40 a month after for more meetings? Or do I just make it simple and go on school and just do $100 a month and just leave it at that? Bro, I am struggling with the UI UX. That's what I do. But with the AI, I always focus on functionality first now. AI still blows. It does blow at UI and UX, but you have to have good inspiration screenshots you put in. I think $40 is a good entry point. You can ramp it up after perceived value goes up, but I'll probably drop off unless it's brain dead. Obvious, it's worth it. But the course is going to be really in depth. It's going to be a really in-depth course. Is $40 a month like that's obviously cheap, but is like, I feel like that's pretty cheap for the value you're getting. I don't know. I feel like one upfront fee and then a subscription after is the right way to do it. No, or should I just do the monthly? I'm building a statistics dashboard for the professional sports team using Claude Code. I started the project incorrectly without documentation for Claude Code. Can I still do now? I'm building a statistical dashboard for professional sports team using Claude Code. I started the project incorrectly without documentation for... Yeah, just fix it. Just say, hey, Claude Code, fix it. This is what we're missing. Please fix it. Yes, we caught your new video about the workflow. I find it gives inspiration. It gets you so far, but then it maybe goes dump or off the rails a little bit. I'll keep plugging away. Yeah. You make sure you manage your context as well, too, Thaki. So when you're in Claude Code, your context will fill up. You can see your context here. Make sure to like start new chats. That's why I like the extension. You can easily start new chats very easily so that you get fresh context. We need more video. Claude CLI or Claude Agent SDK, how crazy they are. If the course is obviously worth more to me than that, I'll pay more. What's the right business model, though? If I want to do a course in a community where you buy the course and then that gets you access to the community, which is a weekly call, what's the right? Is it just I do one flat monthly fee and that's it for the whole kit and caboodle? I was thinking it's like you pay up front for the course and then for the community, you keep paying every month after, like a small fee, a very small fee. I don't know what's the right way to do it. One of your listeners has a great idea that I implemented about making a design system markdown file, but I'm such a pixel perfect personality. It's still not there yet. That's why I focus on function. Yeah, I hate UX too. That's why I do the inspiration screenshots. $40, what I'd say, is a good entry point for seeing biweekly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You can price your curriculum separately for what you think it's worth. That's what I was thinking was fair. Is like one price for the curriculum for the course, the recorded course, and then the small monthly fee after to keep doing the weekly meetings for like $40 a month. If you could tell me or anyone how you create a $300K a year app without vibe coding, and you have done that, that is worth $9 a month of anyone's money for you to tell me how you did that. I did that. Maybe I just do the school for 97. I don't like a big charge up front. The risk is too high, but maybe others are into that. Why not have both fee and offers like a combo or type of subscription, like for buying the course, maybe a 3-month discount? That's what I was thinking, was like you can buy the course for like $300 and that gets you a month free to get in the weekly meetings. And then after that, you pay like $40 a month to get weekly meetings. That's what I was thinking was fair. But is $97 fair for the whole kit and caboodle? You get the course, you get the weekly meetings, all that. I don't know. I think a huge feature would be able to ask questions. Yeah, I mean, that's the feature. You'll be able to ask me questions anytime, and then you'll be able to come on the weekly calls and chat and hang out. Maybe people who buy your curriculum could get a partial markdown of workshops, like a discount. Yeah, you get a month free. That's what I was thinking, but I don't think school supports that. Now, don't overextend yourself, Alex. I know that's an issue. That's a concern. That is a concern. But I think this is the best monetization path for me in the short term at the moment. And I think it'd be the most helpful for the audience. I've talked to people a ton the last several months, and everyone's asking for the ability to like hang out and share ideas with people and do like office hours. Everyone wants it. No, I think you have to give a lower price point. So I start off at like $50 a month and then they get the full course, the full kit and caboodle. Depends actually on how you and how fast and aggressive you want to enter the market. Let's check out the animations that we just built. If people have feedback on that, the course stuff and the community stuff, feel free to DM me if you want on Twitter. Happy to get feedback there. Let's see how this worked out. Do some test workshops and classes with people, even on Discord. So you're not going in blind on paid workshops. I did it. I did the Discord over the last few months, Yen. So over the last few months, we've had a vibe coding Discord where I did weekly calls and people loved it. People absolutely loved it. The best strategy is high ticket. So it's trading algo crypto. So do you think 97 to get the full course and weekly calls is the way to go? Or is that too much? Is that too high of a barrier to commit to? I was thinking 300 for the course. I feel like 300 is a good, take 20 students to the two. Nah, I don't want to do that. I understand that's like, if I was to do that, it would be a separate tier where I still have the lower ticket tier where anyone can do. But then if I'll take 20 like super close people that can like text me anytime they want. Let's see how the animation works. I guess it's kind of nice. Develop the program and scale up with the programs better. No, I just want to record the course and then release it. It's the easiest. There's some issue with the logic here where it's going up and down too now for some reason. Let's see what that's about. I think AI Coding Academy might be the way. I think AI Coding Academy might be the way. The name. I don't know if everyone knows what vibe coding means. What's more, what do people understand more? AI Coding Academy or Vibe Coding Academy? I've tweeted vibe coding before and I've gotten a bunch of, what's vibe coding? I think AI coding might be more understandable to most people. Higher ticket tier would be what you would do to look at when people are building and advise them. Even a higher one is where you, I think school, you can do separate tiers where I have like the super high ticket one. Maybe I do that. Higher ticket tier on school co-op where I advise on building. Who is it you want to bring in if you're thinking community? Do you want a student community where there's no pros, or is it a mix? Pricing and assist with getting your community right tool. Sistaki. I want a mix. I want to make it so anyone can come into the office hours. If they're experienced in building something, they can show off the app they're building. Or if they're not experienced and they're learning, they can ask questions about vibe coding. That's what I'm thinking. And if need be, I could have 2 separate sessions, an ask a question session and a share your work session. Like, for instance, I would love to know how you knew how to make these prompts in Claude Skills. Like, that's a valuable knowledge that you have in your own brain. Yeah, I would show that off. I would show that off in the community. I would talk all about that. What you're doing is beyond vibe. Yeah, it's beyond vibe. I don't just vibe code. This is more than vibe coding. I'm going to do AI Coding Academy. Vibe coding is cringe. The name depends on the audience. Yeah, AI coding is better. AI coding, vibe coding is kind of cringe. I think vibe coding is more in line with the content. Technical oriented people like myself here, AI coding, they start thinking complex systems. Oh, so you like vibe coding better, Joe Bob. Let's get back into Claude Code, huh? Vibe code. I think AI Coding Academy is going to be the name. The question becomes the business model. Is it an upfront fee for the course, then you pay monthly for the community? Or is it all in one price? You get everything. I think most people are actually doing that now. I think most people just do the monthly fee. I think most people I'm seeing that do like creator communities just do they include the course and in the monthly fee, and that's it. They just do like 40 or 50 a month and you just get everything. Oh, you think I put Alex Finn in it? Do people have their names in here? Oh no, so they don't have, in school, they don't have like created by in it. There's no like, it's just the name of it. There's no created by. But WAP, I think, yeah, you have like, I think discover, I don't know, trading, I guess. Stocks. No, you don't have the name here either. Oh, actually, you do have the name. This right here, the second line. But are people like browsing WAP? I don't think people browse WAP. I think there's a decent amount of people that browse school. How many people are browsing WAP? Do a lot of people get discovered on WAP? Oh, so you think I need vibe coding in it? Vibe Coding Academy. I wonder, is there any vibe coding? Vibe coding, let's see. Join Silicon Valley's #1 vibe coding AI plus startup uni. Vibe code with WAP OGs. All right, now let's see AI coding. AI coding. If I can do it, you can do it too. That's the name of this community. Is if I can do it, you can do it too. Die AI community. There's really nothing on WAP for this at all. Is WAP not? Does no one use WAP? I hear more about school than WAP. All right, maybe I need to do school. Google Trends. All right, let's check Google Trends. Google Trends. Go to it. Click, 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 click. Go. Why can't I go to any of these? Trends.google.com. All right, here we go. AI coding. Explore. So what are we at? We're at 31. Vibe coding. 50. 42. All right, so this looks like it's, oh wait, what is this time scale? This is like per day. I don't want this. Not past day. Let's do past 90 days. All right. We're hovering around like 30, 40. That's vibe coding. AI coding. This, I think AI coding might be higher. No? 34, 33, 37. Vibe code. It looks like it's the same, no? No, maybe vibe coding's higher. I don't know. If you haven't done crypto, you don't know WAP. All right, so WAP's off. All right, we'll do school. But then the school, I think you can only do. Can you do? Let's just go Chat GPT. Let's chat it out. You guys want to see how I brainstorm with Chat GPT? Here we go. I'm thinking about starting a course community for vibe coding. You get the course and then you get to join weekly calls. What is the best business model for this? Upfront cost, then monthly cost, or just straight up monthly cost? And you get everything. Thinking of using school. Let's see what they have to say. You can compare it the right side. Oh, you can compare it? Compare. Okay, AI coding. AI coding's better. AI coding, there's more. Vibe coding course. AI coding course. Well, that's nothing. There's no one searching for either of those. Vibe coding, community, AI coding, community. No one searches for either. This might be dead on arrival, but it seems like what was being searched more here? AI coding is being searched more. I don't know. Let's see what ChatGPT. Do a hybrid. A pure subscription undersells your flagship value. A pure one-time kills MRR. The highest are the model membership. This is what I was thinking. Hybrid. You pay an upfront. Wait, what? Never mind. Membership, evergreen. Do a hybrid. A pure subscription undersells your flagship value. A one-time kills MRR. One time per. I don't want to do cohort. That's too stressful. Membership. Cash now. Okay, so this is what I was originally thinking, which was the upfront plus then the monthly. Upfront gets you the course, and the monthly gets you community. You should also use the same GPT prompt, but adapt it for agent mode research and the level of depth it looks at similar things. Compare what to do. That's a good call too. But don't do this. It's weak. All in subscription, everything included, canceling time with no minimum term. You'll get trial tourists and zero urgency. Yeah, I don't want to do just the monthly because then people just cancel. Lifetime access cheap. It wrecks future cash flow. Bottom line, hybrid. I don't want to do a cohort. Too stressful to manage. I just want to release a course, then run calls weekly. Much easier to manage. Same. I'll just send that. A cavalcade of vibe coders. That's a good idea, Gene Alice. We'll see here. Good. Skip cohorts. They're overhead. Here's the cleanest. The model picked this. Single subscription unlocks the course weekly calls. Unlock rule. After 3 paid months, students keep lifetime access to the course, even if they cancel later. Oh, wait. So this is just saying do the monthly. Can you... Why this wins with cohorts? Membership. Everything. Okay, so you can do the core. So you can do both on school. Okay, so on school you can do both upfront and sub. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know school can do that. Well, we're going to release this on Black Friday for those curious. This will be on Black Friday. Newsletter down below to sign up for that. Can you help the first 50 students who enroll in your class publish an iOS app successfully and give them weekly advice? Also, creating a Discord server would be nice as RM Gamer. Yeah. So you'll be able to work on your iOS app and join the weekly calls and ask questions and get advice 100%. The course is not going to be about iOS, to be honest with you. It's going to be about building a web app, like a full complex database, AI, pricing, payments, all that web app. But you'll be able to ask questions about iOS, and I'll walk you through it. All right, I think I'll do school. All right, we did 2 hours, 15 minutes, which is longer than we normally do. We live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Actually, let's keep building. I'm not done building. Let's keep building. I'm not done building. Let's debug this. So we're getting an issue, small issue. After I upvote, then downvote, it goes up and down 2 votes every time. Seems to be an issue. I don't want to leave on an open loop. I want to fix this bug. I don't want to leave on an open loop. Vibe coders build lab. I like that. Vibe coders build lab. What if it's just vibe coding lab? Let's do a new poll. End poll. Let's do a new poll. Best name. Vibe coders build lab. Vibe coding academy. AI coding academy. Vibe coding lab. Start poll. There we go. 69 votes. LOL. Perfect time to end it. Perfect time to end it. Let's see if it fixed it. It's still working for me here. Claude Code. Workflow with $17 subscription to cloud will work. Yes, Miguel, it will work. The issue is you probably only be able to build one app with $17 a month. But do it $17 a month, see if you enjoy it, and then if you do, then you can upgrade. Yeah, that's what I think I'll do. Maybe I'll try the 97, see how it goes. FinFam Vibers with a special emoji for the top Vibers. Just a thought. I like that. Because the trend seems to be leaning that. Yeah, it feels like AI coding. I don't know. I think AI Coding Academy might be it. I think AI Coding Academy might be it. You think people will be more willing? This might be a crazy question. You think people will be more willing to pay $97 a month than $300 up front? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Okay. Looks like it fixed it. Yes, says Janice. All right, Janice. Janice, you're giving me a lot of good advice on this one. Whatever you decide to do, Alex, the most important thing is the culture of the community. If the culture is great, the sky is the limit. I think the culture will be great. $97 is your budget for it. Think about the time of the year too, buddy. All right. Then again, trends do shift. If you become a leader in the space, you have the beauty of the authority to shift it if you want vibe code to be more mainstream term, the long game. I don't think so. Serious builders who have a project in mind need help would maybe spend that, but of course, price and community price brings in more people, I would think. Okay, so Joe Bob, you think the 97 a month's better than 300, than 40 a month after? All right. I'm going to do it Black Friday. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter down below for free. I'm going to announce it all in there in the next few days. You get all the details and everything. I've been filming it nonstop out the wazoo. You guys are going to enjoy it. It's full Claude Code end to end. Full Claude Code end to end. We build an entire app with database, payments, auth, everything end to end, debugging, everything you can think of. I can't wait to post my app to the vibe coding app. I need customers. Well, we're going to build it all full on this stream. So eventually it will be out. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we get closer and closer and closer. You should make the first 30 enrollments free for your course for a limited time. What does that mean? First 30 people to sign up, get it for free? What sense would that make? I think people convinced me to do school, RM Gamer. I think people convinced me to do school instead of WAP. People said only crypto people use WAP. So I think I just got convinced to use school. But then school, I don't know if you can do Discord. Will people do community stuff on school? Like people just go to school.com casually to chat and hang out? Do people do that? I've never used a school community before. Are school communities active? Do people go on there and actually chat and hang out? How active are school communities? Have anyone ever done a school community here before? Like the biggest challenge with communities is like retention. And like, I don't like, do people go on school.com and then hang out in the community? But like, yeah, you think Discord's better, but here's the thing is like school doesn't have a Discord integration. Man, I'm glad there aren't any Italians in earshot of me listening to this. Why? What does Italian people have to do with this? Did I say something about Italians? I don't think I say anything about Italians. What are you talking about? I'm thinking I want to host some of the community in Discord because I feel like most people use Discord and don't hang out in a school. Are there any integrations there or any easy way to do this? Just vibe code an app to pull school community comments in Discord. Crazy that there are only 2 likes on the live and I'm only one of them. Come on, guys. If you refresh, Yen, it refreshes the likes. I'll refresh right now. 51. There's 51 yen. For the price, I was thinking first 30 enroll in your school could pay $30 each and then it increases after 30. Too complicated. Okay, so maybe I host the community in Discord and like you can chat in Discord for free. But when we do the actual like pay gate stuff, like the weekly calls, I do that in school. So anyone can join the Discord to chat and hang out. Yeah, maybe that's what we do. People do chat on school in the creators account. But why is chat so important? You want serious builders. You want your content willing to pay for what you know. Chat is secondary, I think. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that's smart. You're right, Janice, you're smart. Thank you, Janice. Janice, what's your Twitter account? Put your tag in the chat. I think that's a strategy. Let me write that down. Link to Discord in school. People can just access that for free. I like that. Okay. Use Discord as a marketing tool too. Yeah, that's a thing. I have a Discord right now. I don't use it to market. I don't put any of my videos or live streams in there. Maybe I should, huh? Maybe I should. I'm just like a one-person business here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You would have to see the best video voice app works with school funnel because not everyone's going to have Discord. You might have boomers coming in. All right. Well, school has like video chats. I know that. I know school has video chat functionality. I know school has video chat functionality. I know that's not an issue. I should use my Discord more. There's a lot of people in Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you should. Let me get the link to the Discord in here. Vibe Lab. Join the Vibe Lab. Let's see. Invite. Copy. Here you go. Vibe Lab. Boom. In your Claude Code, can you explain the Supabase folder on the left? What is its function? Can you communicate with your database like this? Oh, yeah. Let me pull it open for you. Yeah, so this is used. Let me see what they built out here. So it's using the Supabase code here to communicate with Supabase, to send data from the front end to the database. What they'll typically do too is put in the migration. There's two Supabase folders. There's the TypeScript that actually communicates with the database, so kind of the back-end server. And then they have this folder, which just has the migrations, which are the changes to the database. Anytime we make changes to the database, if you use the Supabase CLI and you give Claude Code permission to use the CLI, it will automatically make these changes through the migrations. I don't use the CLI. So what I actually do is I just copy and I go in, I copy and paste the SQL into Supabase. So that's how the Supabase folders work. All right, guys, we did 2.5 hours. Make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't. I don't know what you're doing if you're not subscribed yet. Most important, though, turn on the notifications. I live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. New video tomorrow morning, I think. Either tomorrow morning or afternoon. Cursor master workflow for Cursor tomorrow morning. Sign up for the newsletter. AI Coding Academy, I think we settled on the name, launching Black Friday. So sign up for the newsletter free. Description down below to get info on that the moment it's done. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Yen, G. Nels, Modelier, Stefan, Thaki, Janice S., of course. Thank you, Janice. I appreciate all the advice. Simpo, RM Gamer, Joe Bob, Llama Mama, of course, as always. Emmanuel. Miguel Albuquerque. Natural Current. BS for the Google Trends advice. Derek, of course. Derek, thanks for stopping by, my man. Very helpful today as well. Sam B. Modelier. Vebi. You guys are very helpful. We'll do, what's today? Wednesday? Friday. Turbo Friday coming up, huh? Friday will be good. End of the week. DW3, I appreciate you. Connie, Pinky. I appreciate you and your optimism. You just what the doctor ordered. I'm subscribed with notifications. I look forward to the next live, G-Nails. I appreciate that. You know, there's a lot of people you can learn from on YouTube. I try to make it fun. Bring a little enthusiasm. Some people hate the enthusiasm. I get like 5 replies to every video I put out. Calm down, man. Calm down. Shut up. What's life if you're not enthusiastic? Why be boring? Get the Mac Studio. I'm DMing you right now. I'm responding to your DMs for the first time, Yen. I haven't sent a DM on Discord in literally like 7 years. I'm about to do it for the first time to you, Yen. To you. Yo. I'm just seeing pictures of myself. You're sending them in here. Take care. Grab your walking shoes and hit that Best Buy. I will. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Best way to support, whenever I drop a new video, open it up, hit like on it, watch it to the end. Do an entire video with low energy monotone style. Yeah. Oh, and my camera's dead. Oh, and it's back. And gotta get a new camera. I think they're pulling me off the stage. Friday, grow the mustache. No shave November. Yeah, right. No, thin is everything. I don't feel like you faking the funk. Good, G-Nels. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'll see you Friday. Video dropping tomorrow, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Live stream Friday. You all are the best. Truly love you all. Thank you, FinFam. Means the world, really. Means the world. You make this the most fun job on planet Earth, so I appreciate you all. I'll see you Friday. See you there, 11 a.m. Pacific. Bye.